Okay, so we just went over what Kurzweil was saying was going to happen in 2019. He predicts that computers are largely invisible, they're embedded into everything, and I think we're going to be roughly around that point, where computers will probably be used in glasses, and contacts, in, I don't know, in books, and perhaps books will all just be computers, or iPods will probably have some kind of physical thing you can grab. I mean, just for, we're physical organisms, we need something to hold on to. But yeah, I tend to think that perhaps he's more accurate about 2019 than he is 2009. 2009 is a little off. Just a few years ahead. He's predicting things happening faster than they have. Because I don't think, and I've been reading Age of Spiritual Machines, and I've seen a couple of his videos, he doesn't really take into account political, economic reasons for technology not to catch on as easy. But he has approached the issue. He just didn't predict it would happen to what he was saying. Unfortunately, it has. We're in an economic depression, but it's not stopping the overall progress and trend of technology. It's just slowing it down, and that makes sense. I mean, if technology is evolving, then there are depressions, so to speak, in evolution. There are mass extinctions that slow everything down, but we're still evolving. We're still becoming more complex. We're still going on. So, anyway, let's see. Blind persons routinely use eyeglass-mounted reading navigation systems. Perhaps even better. Perhaps they'll have artificial eyes. I've just recently seen a TED Talk where they're developing the first artificial eye. It can see light and dark. For blind people, I'm sure eventually it'll begin to see shapes. It'll begin to see 3D, and maybe in 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, because he seems to be a little bit jumping the gun, we'll have the technology to have artificial eyes. Perhaps not even glasses. Well, maybe it'll be better than that. More integrated than he's saying. The vast majority of transactions include a simulated person. I think he was definitely wrong about this. He said this in 2009 as well, that we would have like fake people interacting with us for virtual environments. I mean, can you imagine going on to Yahoo or Amazon.com and making a purchase and having a very simple AI that we wish we can do today that just appears, like, oh, thank you for your order, blah, blah, blah. We don't have that. I don't think people really want that. It doesn't seem like this is something that we have caught on to. We could have, but it doesn't seem like we'll be going that direction, so I don't know. I mean, maybe if it gets better in time, that we'll start to use, artificial cashiers and anyway. So, automated driving systems are now installed on most roads. Ooh, I don't know the way our economy is going. This is going to be happening, but people are beginning to have relationships with automated personalities and use them as companions, teachers, caretakers, and lovers. I think it's way too early to be thinking about that. Maybe in the 2020s. Again, I feel like even though there's probably going to be a technological singularity within a couple of years, it's going to be very difficult for that to take off in our current economy. I'm just saying, our current economic slump is like an anchor that's sort of slowing all of this down. It's not that this isn't possible, but he is not addressing the current issues. So, artificial intelligence, maybe a little bit further down the road. I don't know. I think it's going to happen. I just think a couple more years. Maybe not 2019, we're going to have artificial girlfriends. I don't know. But, yeah. So, next one he goes to is 2029. And permanent or removable implants, similar to contact lenses for the eyes, as well as cochlear implants, are now used to provide input and output between human user and the worldwide computing network and the environment. I think he's probably accurate about this. This might be happening before. We already have artificial ways to see and hear. We're beginning to see the ones that see, get the ones that see. But I think there'll definitely be a lot of progress in human enhancement and technological replacements of particular organs. But I don't think... I think this is what he's going to be accurate about. These implants, these human replacement parts, basically. I mean, in this video I was watching, that TED Talk that I mentioned, they're actually saying, oh, hey, we have, what's it called? We have things now, we can grow human teeth in a petri dish. I mean, we can grow bladders. And I mean, this is pretty impressive. What else can we grow? You know, can we regrow your eye in a better way? Can we grow you an eye that works? I don't know, something like that. Um, Direct neural pathways have been perfected for high bandwidth connection to the human brain. This would be interesting. Um, Again, it's way too early to tell, but it's very interesting implications. It basically means we no longer need a computer visual interface. Our brains, our eyes, and our way of seeing and feeling and thinking are more natural now. Like more direct. We can literally go on the web. We'll be on the web and in the web. Um, it raises a question. I mean, does that mean I can send you an instant message through my brain? Can I? I mean, we're basically going to be psychics. If you think about it, for all intents and purposes, we'll look like psychics. I'll be able to send messages to somebody across the world without saying anything, typing anything. It'll be invisible. It'll go through Wi-Fi. Um, Arthur C. Clarke's quote rings a bell here like no other time and place. Any sufficiently advanced technology will appear as magic. And this certainly does. This certainly seems like we're developing a community of a civilization of psychic human organisms that are connected by the hive mind. Pretty crazy, but automated agents are now learning on their own, and significant knowledge is being created by machines with little or no human intervention. In 2029, yeah, I could see that definitely happening. We're already taking steps for self-organizing basic technological organisms, so to speak. Um, by then, nanotechnology will definitely be taking off. It already is beginning to sort of be able to kind of. I mean, we're making progress already. So in 2029, in 20 years from now, I'm sure that we're going to be making a lot more progress. Despite economic slumps, despite war, I think this is a safe bet right here. Um, let's see. Direct neural connections for communication is what we're saying. Um, I think people will be working more at home. This is my own idea. I mean, if as I'm doing right now, if I'm talking to you through this, it's still a little bulky. I have to upload the video. I mean, I can do live streaming too, but that's not as good quality. Um, Perhaps, I mean, they'll definitely be better at this. I'll be able to sit down in front of my computer and talk to people directly, just like this, perhaps even better. I won't even have to sit down. I'll probably be able to walk around, and everything will be linked up anyway. And I mean, the implications are just going to be amazing. A lot of the bulkiness of technology today, even though it's becoming much more portable, will be even more portable in the future. So the implications of working at home will become much more broad. You'll be able to do a lot more from your own house, which is great. I think that's definitely going to take a load off of the burden of traveling and moving around, 9 to 5 day jobs. So as far as privacy goes, yes, it'll be a lot less private, but I think it'll be a lot more personalized. And I don't know who said this. I think I saw it on a commercial, but it made sense. You know, even though the world we're getting linked up to everybody, and there's a lack of privacy, there's suddenly also a great majority, a great emphasis on personalization. So I can be in a crowd. It's like being in New York City and listening to your iPod. I'm in the web. I'm on the grid. I'm with everybody. There's no privacy in New York City, but there's a mental space. There's a mental privacy. I can just listen to my music. And that's pretty amazing. And I think that there's always going to be a new form of that in the future with new technology. Even when we're linked up by computers to our thoughts, there's still going to be a degree of great personalization to enable people to at least not go crazy being stuck in a hive mind. I don't think it'll be a hive mind per se. It'll be much more realistic, and but yeah. There's a growing discussion of computer rights and what constitutes a human being. By 2029, maybe. It depends on what direct progress we make during the next 20 years and how well it is. But I think it's very possible that we can at least see intelligent machines that are at least as intelligent as primates or other mammal-like creatures, because we still need to create machines that are intelligent as insects, which we haven't quite done yet, but we're getting there. We kind of need technology to go through 4 billion years of evolution in half a century or 100 years if you count the 1960s when computers really took off. So we'll continue this later.